So after what feels like a year of March, welcome to April. So yesterday, March made an exit by slamming the door on the month of March and rattling the homes throughout Idaho with a 6.5 magnitude earthquake. Now, Idaho is just not known for earthquakes, so everyone was literally shook. No major damages were reported, thank goodness. So just a few months ago, I was sharing ideas with you about goal setting. So yesterday, while I was working out in my home gym and following a workout plan, the plan called for an exercise using a specific machine at the gym. Without that machine, I had to think, if I want to check that off, how can I do that specific workout using what I do have available? I Googled it, and sure enough, you're able to do it using your own body weight. So why am I telling you this? Because it made me realize that everything can still be done. We just have to get out of our ordinary way of thinking and improvise. So this applies to all aspects, including business. So here in Idaho, real estate was deemed an essential business, with some precautionary limitations, of course. So get your creative juices flowing. If it's open houses that you do, how can you conduct a virtual open house and get sign-ins for security and lead capture? If it's your database, right now is when our current, past, and future clients need to hear from us the most, as a resource to inform them of current market conditions. Not to sell, just a resource. Just because the stock market fell 30% in 3 weeks, even though it only affects 50% of the population exposed to stocks, it doesn't mean that their home value fell 30%. They need to hear the facts. February was a record-selling month, and we still have a limited supply of inventory. Although in my opinion, we may see some price adjustments, and we have been seeing those already, and fewer homes will sell. You can't expect to have huge layoffs in travel, hospitality, restaurant industries, and expect not to have an impact. But I personally don't believe the housing market will crash due to the shortage compared to population growth. I believe our homes are more important than ever before and should maintain fair value, especially after this experience. I can actually see Idaho growing even more from this past experience as people in larger cities reconsider a new way of life. One of my trainers and coaches, Brian Buffini, said a quote, "In this time of crisis, the only place people had to go for their safe haven was their home. Their homes became their shelter, their comfort, their lifeboat." What a powerful and 100% truth quote. And speaking of Brian Buffini, on a podcast he did last week, he interviewed Dr. Lawrence Yun. Dr. Lawrence Yun is a senior vice president in research at the National Association of Realtors, and he's an economist. He stated, and I quote, "If this is of short duration, one can anticipate quite a strong real estate rebound after, say, 1 or 2 months of somewhat a lackluster of activity. We had a housing shortage going into the virus situation, and if the duration of this virus negative impact is short, we will run into a housing shortage right away again." Stand guard at the door of your mind. Standing guard doesn't mean living in a bubble or ignoring the reality in which you live. It simply means making conscious decisions about what you are willing to give your time, your energy, and your effort to. In these times, we need to remember to stand guard. If we don't discipline our fears and control our focus, the world will gladly do it for us. I hope this message helps. Thank you so much for following my business page. I look forward to providing even more. It is doable. Let's just figure out the how.